Hey guys, UTH Gaming here, and today I am creating an Eppleton Hall interior tutorial. Now, if you saw my Eppleton Hall showcase that I created a couple weeks ago, uh, link to that should be showing up on the top right of the screen now. But yeah, if you want to see that first, you can go ahead and look at that. This interior will be a little different. I say a little, it's really just different coloring and stuff, but I did add an extra deck down here in the bowels of the ship because I figured I could use the room. uh Might as well use the empty space, you know. So um this first episode we're going to work on the boiler room and the engine room. So these two rooms right here, don't worry about these yet. I know this floor looks awful, but don't fret. We're not working on that yet. So let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to help you measure this. So from this keel block right here, the first keel block you can see from the curve, the first bottom block, you want to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 blocks, and go ahead and place a red concrete block. And this will be your boiler room bulkhead. So just run that up the sides. This first block will be red concrete, so will the second block up, but the next 3 blocks up will be smooth quartz, so make sure you do that. So just go ahead and fill in this bulkhead really quickly. Uh, so yeah, I decided to make an interior for this ship. I was going to do one for the Hercules, but it just looked like a nightmare because, believe it or not, the deck is worse than this on the Hercules. So, I'm gonna do this one first, if I'm going to do the Hercules one at all. So anyways, once you've got that bulkhead in, you're going to want a 13 block gap, and on the 14th block, place red concrete and do the exact same thing again up here. So it should, I don't have a great way of helping you measure that, but let's just hope you got that right. So this bulkhead, will be the bulkhead between the boiler and engine room. So that's that. And then you want a 10 block gap, and on the 11th block, place your third and final bulkhead. So this will just be the divider between the engine room and these little aft decks over here. So just go ahead and fill in this bulkhead. And if you've done it right, it should look something like this. I hope you've done that okay. So I'm gonna make a cut while I put the walls in flooring. Just remember the first 2 blocks high, so these 2, red concrete, and the next 3, smooth quartz. So, back in a moment. Alright, I am back, and I have filled in the walls and floor. So, this is what it should look like. You've got that done. So this next part, from this side of the boiler room, technically they'll be either side, but facing forward, because this is the first bulkhead that we did. So it's not the back ones, it's facing these front decks over here with the horrendous flooring. The third block in on the red, so this is the first block, 1, 2, 3. And go ahead and do this on either side. Break out this wall of red and smooth quartz, because these are going to be your staircases that will go up into this other room, into the deck above. So just go ahead and place some mangrove planks there. So go ahead and place some concrete on either side. You can honestly just fill this part in with concrete. That should look okay. And then just line the sides with smooth quartz. If anything, you could probably just fill this in. I don't think we even use this space. And I'll answer the question of whether you use this space or not in just a second. So the answer is no, we literally don't. So you can literally just fill this in with smooth quartz. So if you want, because you think it looks weird, you can fill these spots in with smooth quartz. I don't think it hurts anything. Let me look at this from down here. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. So the next part to this, comes to the bulkhead between the boiler room and engine room. And find your middle block. So for me, there's 5 between the 5. So this is the middle block. And break 2 blocks here. So this is going to be the sort of bulkhead from the boiler room to the engine room. So those are the like openings, more or less complete. The next thing we're going to add are the coal bunkers. They actually span both the boiler room and the engine room. It's an interesting thing about these coal bunkers I designed. But back in a moment while I figure out how to do those. Alright, I'm back, and I think I've figured out how to do the coal bunkers. So I'm just gonna make sure that these are 1 wide. I believe they are. Yes, but they've got quartz on the sides. So, wait, that doesn't really change anything, because there is already quartz. Don't worry about what I just said. It's irrelevant. So, yeah. The second block to the right from... This is the forward area, the boiler room. So you're on the boiler room side here. The second block in on the red, you're gonna place 4 red and 1 to the left, and you're just gonna bring this up. So really quickly, gonna grab smooth quartz slabs, and on the second block to the left of the bulkhead that we just created. So if you're going from left to right with these 4 blocks, it's the third block here. You're gonna get rid of these 2 blocks and place a quartz slab on that top block there. Because coal bunkers are a little small, so that's just what they'll look like. But thanks to the new update, you can actually go through 1.5 block gaps, and you'll see me exploit that feature later on in the tutorial. Considering that this is a 1.5 block tall space, this is a 1.5 block tall space. If you have claustrophobia, this is not the tutorial for you, but I hope you don't. So, anyways, moving on. So on the engine room side now, so we're in the engine room. The second block out from the left of the bulkhead. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I believe that that should line up with this other part of the hull. So it should almost connect. Yeah. So there should be 2 blocks of that whatever bit of hull still remaining. And for me, there are. So that's good. I'm just gonna put in the rest of this. And now I'm going to fill the walls in of my coal bunker. I should do the boiler room, the other side of the boiler room's coal bunker. I'll make sure not to put quartz on this side, because it's not, like, on this bit with the 2 blocks of hull, because this is not the coal bunker, so you don't need to do that. I actually really advise you to not, because it'll bother the interior, basically. So going from the last block we placed, so next to these 2 blocks here, on this last block that we placed, for the coal bunker. I know I'm terrible at explaining things, but I'm trying my best. 1 block to the left, so this should be the block. You break 2 blocks and put a smooth quartz slab on the top block. So this is the second entrance point on the coal bunker. So you can go ahead and replicate it on the other side. And I'm going to go ahead and make the same thing, the boiler room part on the other side here, because I hadn't yet. Alright. And then, go ahead and connect these halves together. So, get rid of the bulkhead right here. And that should be the basics of your coal bunker done. So now, nope, not actual coal ore. You want blocks of coal. Just line the bottom with blocks of coal. I know you can't really get in from this point. If you want to leave empty, you can, but I'm just gonna put in like 1 block of coal here. So that should be the coal bunkers almost finished. There's one more thing major in here. It's the access hatches for the coal bunkers. So that's what they look like on the outside. On this prototype I didn't include the blue stripe on the hull of the ship right here. So this is actually gonna be blue instead. But I'll get to that in a moment. So looking from the inside, the so 1, 2, 3. Okay, turns out coal blocks aren't very good to count with because they're so dark you can't even count. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna redo that because that was shady. Yeah, that's 6. Okay, so the 6th block, looking relative, that's the front of the ship. Looking down like this, come on the inside, this is the first block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I believe it's this block. But let me go ahead and check that. It may not. Yeah, no, it's not. My bad, my bad, my bad. Not that block. I believe it's the block beneath that one. So 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that looks like it. I'm just gonna check with that. Yeah, yeah, that's it. All right. So, if I'm not mistaken, this should be the middle, the absolute middle of the coal bunker. So, excluding the walls here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the other side. So yeah, it's the dead center block. We have an access hatch. Go ahead and make it white concrete and put a birch button on it. So that's what it should look like. The same thing on their side. Honestly, if you want to go from your boiler and engine room bulkhead here, between the two rooms, the second block in on the engine room side will be where the access hatch is. So let's see, how do I do this? I didn't need to break that yet, not yet. We'll work on that now, I guess. So, thinking about what blocks you'd use for this, we could probably just use blue terracotta. I'm just bothered by it because it looks almost purple, but it's gotta look different. So, I guess that's alright. So, line up your access hatch. If you hadn't done it like me, you would have just broken the 2 blocks. Make that second block, almost a grape color, because apparently that's blue concrete. I don't agree with that personally, but it's the closest non-blue concrete blue block that I have here. And yes, there actually probably is better things. Like, what if I used blue concrete powder? Okay, to not confuse you, I'll leave this up to you what block you want to use, but I'm gonna use blue concrete powder because I think that looks good. It's different. It's a different color period, but you can still see it's still shaded blue. So go ahead and place a warped button on it because it's the closest thing you have to a blue button. And this will be the outside portion of your access hatch. So that should look like, and that doesn't look too bad. So that should more or less be your coal bunkers complete. So now move on, and I believe now we will work on the boiler room. So back in a moment. Alright, I'm back. So we will now begin working on the single double hatch boiler I have in the boiler room. So going straight from these stairs doesn't really matter either side, but from the stair, this block right here, so the block in front of the stairs, the first block we start with, 1, 2, 3. blocks, and 1 to the right, we begin the boiler. So this boiler is 6 long, so just increase that by 5. Okay, you know what earlier I said there was 1? There's actually 2. My bad. There are 2. Slip of the tongue on my end. So once you have those 2 lines of 6 in, you just do the same thing on the other side. So on the facing forward, it's the right side, but the way we're facing is the left side. 3 and 1 to the right. Opposite side is 3 and 1 to the left. So it's just mirrored. So then we place polished black stone stairs upside down like this on the sides of the boiler. I gotta remember that there's 2 boilers. I don't know why I keep thinking there's 1. And in here, you can go ahead and place 2 netherrack blocks on the second to last block of those original rows of 6. You can probably you can light them on fire now if you want. You'll see why we're doing this later. It may look like a ritual of some sort, but it'll all come together. So then place black stone blocks over it. 1 block up, this, and then place black stone stairs upright on top of those blocks. So that should be good. And then just fill in this area with top blocks. So now for the trap doors, I need to think about how to do this. So this is kind of weird, but you need to come in from the opposite side they're going to be opening it from with the lever. So the lever will be like right here. You need to face this direction to place it. It's kind of weird. Once you do that, see that flips up like this. This is what you want it to do. So that's why it has to be like kind of weird like that. So do the same thing on the other side. Sorry if I haven't explained that very well, but I'm trying, and hopefully the visual representation will help you out. So that should be what one side looks like. Remember to put the lever on that bottom block there. We're gonna do the same thing we just did on the other side. So again, with the weird perspective thing, gonna have to do it from the opposite side. So the levers will flip it upwards, like so. If it flips it, I don't remember how to flip it. Yeah, if it flips on the inside of that block instead of the edge of this block right here, like it'll flip on the inside part of that block, closest to the fire. So if it does that, you've done it backwards. So just make sure you do this so it's facing the closest part out to the levers. The my words are not great today. Ugh, my voice is getting dry. Anyways, go ahead and place 2 buttons on either side of the trapdoor. They won't do anything since the lever has claimed dominance of sort over the actual trapdoor. Nice, I think it has. Okay, that's actually interesting. But so for the opposite side, this is facing forward. It's the forward side of the boiler, the closest to the forward decks. You're actually going to place a button on top too. So 3 buttons, the same 2 as before, except 1 on the top now as well. So that's where your boilers, should look like, in theory. If they don't look like this, if they don't line up like this, then you might have to look back and try and redo it. But if it looks like this, then good. So this next part is a little confusing. Oops. So now we gotta work on the boiler being attached to the smokestack. So this is very odd in my opinion, how this works. But hopefully find a way. I think there's a pretty simple way on how to help you do this. So it goes 3, 2, and the blackstone slabs. I'm just saying this for myself. So starting on this last block here, not in front of it, on this last block here, you go 1, 2, 3, forward, back in this case, but this is just the way we're facing. And then 2, so 2 in, and do the same thing on the other side, and then join them together, and place 2 slabs on top right here. So the middle block here becomes an actual block, and then there's 1 extra right here. So that's how that should look. 1 extra slab, I should clarify. I hate talking like this. I'm having to like pressurize my voice, so it doesn't feel that great. But alright. So this next part, go ahead and place blackstone stairs directly above the iron trap door. Then place, I believe, 2 polished blackstone slabs right there. If I'm correct. Let me see. Yeah, that's how you do it. So that's how that should look. And that's how it looks for us. So, that's alright. So, this next part, we work on the watertight door in a second. First, we want to work on the 2 generators here. They are very simple designs. I basically didn't know how to build a generator until yesterday, I'll be honest. So, if this seems inaccurate, just please inform me, but I don't really know what a grit looking generator looks like, because I tried to scour some actual videos of interiors, but I was trying to skip to a generator part, and I couldn't find one straight away. But yeah, enough about me talking. Let's just continue with the tutorial. So these should be relatively easy. I would not call them difficult in any realm. So you're gonna need deep slate for this. Doesn't really matter what type of deep slate you use. I'm gonna use deep slate brick stairs. And to get some end rods out. You'll find that end rods are going to be my best friend during this tutorial because I love to use them. They are really good for detail. So, coming to the front, or I should say back of the boilers, with this extra part going up to the funnel here. 1 block back is where you just place a stair right side up, and then place an upside down stair like this. So there should be an upside down stair in deep slate 2 blocks to the left of this polished blackstone stair. Go ahead and get rid of that right side up deep slate stair and make it upside down, and increase both sides to 3 in length, and then just layer them up with 3 more upside down stairs. So then go ahead, so relative to the generator, relative to the coal bunker here, this bottom left stair, go ahead and place an end rod on it. Place it on the stair, because you'll find that placement tends to be kind of necessary. I wouldn't call it necessary, but it keeps the design of the interior looking good. So clearly just do the same thing on the other side, just mirrored. So make this 3 long, and then layer it up with right side upstairs, and then place the end rod. This one has the bottom right. So these are what your generator should look like. I will check for any other wiring that this may need. I don't remember completely. Yes. So basically, I don't really know where these are supposed to go, but I just have them in. So it makes it look nicer, in my opinion anyway. So on these 3rd blocks that we placed, so this is the 1st block down here, 3rd block, and on these top of these upright stairs, you're gonna place 1 end rod on each side, and bring that to too high. So do the same thing on the other side. These wires will connect to the ceiling. Don't tell me where they go. I can't answer that. I don't know myself, basically. But that's what the generators should look like when they're all connected. So, one thing, basically, one last thing I'm going to add really quickly, before I go get some water, is the yellow terracotta, well, in yellow terracotta, the paddle wheel kind of, bar, or, yeah, what did I call it? Nah, I'll just call it a bar sort of thing. It's on the tip of my tongue. Can't remember what I called it. I'll put what I'm trying to say on the screen now. That's what I'm trying to say, but it's just not coming to me. So I'm trying to figure out how to make this easy, on everyone. So let's see. Relative to the front of the ship, the fourth block on the boiler here, go up to the wall, the top block of the quartz, and place a line of yellow terracotta going from left to right or right to left. Either way, it's a continuous line here. Oh yeah, a rod. So yeah, that's what I was trying to say earlier. It makes sort of a rod. I don't know if it's actually how they were, but I assume for stability, this is kind of how it would be. So, like that. And now we have a little bit of wiring to deal with here. So, this is what it's supposed to look like. So, basically, coming to the rod right here, facing the coal bunker, or it's going while the coal bunker is right here. Place an end rod on the yellow terracotta, and place end rod again, and place this end rod on the wall, so it looks like it's attaching to the wall. That's what I meant by, like, the detail kind of matters. It does and it doesn't, basically. It just makes it look nicer. There's not really anything you can do about this bit right here. So, anyways, that's how the boilers and generator should look like for now. So, back in a moment while I get some water. Alright, I'm back. So, the next thing we're going to work on, before we work on the turbines and propeller shaft in here, we're going to work on the watertight door between the boiler and engine room. Now, I take inspiration of this from Brett the Great 08. Links to his channel will be in the description. And as I mentioned in my previous videos, all YouTubers that I mentioned will be linked in the description. Even ones that I don't mention that also play a part, such as Reach the Roost for the exterior. But anyways, so for the watertight door, this is a little weird. Come into the boiler room side of the watertight door, and this top quartz block, replace it with chiseled, polished blackstone. So you should be able to see that whatever thing right there. That's kind of hard to describe, but well, it's on all 6 sides, so there's no way you can't see it. And then place a polished blackstone block, the block beneath it. So the polished blackstone should be the top block of the doorway. So then, you should place a grindstone to the right of it, right here. Actually, I can't remember if it's that top block or if it's the block beneath it. Okay, it is the top block. Try not to spoil too much of what the interior is gonna look like. So go ahead and place an end rod like that. Place it on the grindstone, and then place a lever. So it should look like the wire is attached to, well, I'm gonna call end stones wires from now on, well, end rods, because that's what I planned for them to be. They're really just wiring in this tutorial. So you can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. You can do it on the same side, or you can do it on the opposite side. On the prototype, I did it on the same side, but I'm gonna do it on the opposite side this time. So that's what it should look like. That's where the grindstones should be. They'll either be here or a block away, so it'll be here, depending on which way it decided to do it. But that should be the watertight door finished. And now we can get the materials for. First, we're gonna work on the propeller shaft itself, and then we'll work on the turbines. So figure out what to do. Just back in a moment. Alright, I'm back. So I think I figured out what to do for the engine. Well, not the engine. The propeller shaft, anyways. It's a little bit odd how this works. So basically, come to the watertight entrance here, watertight door. Sorry. You're facing the inside of the engine room, so you're facing into the engine room. So this block right here, one block away from the doorway, inside of the engine room is the first block. So you go 1, 2, 3, on that third block, go ahead and break out the red concrete, remove the red concrete, and remove all the red concrete up until the wall. So it should look something like this. And then go ahead and layer the bottom half of those blocks with deep slate brick slabs, like so. And then go ahead and place some copper trap doors all along the sides here. And I'm thinking of what material I used for the engine room. Okay, yeah, I used smooth stone. Alright. So it should be just this block here. Layer that up with smooth stone. And then put stone brick slabs all along the top of it, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, just give me a second, because that doesn't look right. I need to figure this out, hold on. Oh, I forgot. There's black stone walls that go in first. So, basically, go ahead and get rid of the stone brick slabs and smooth stones we just placed. My apologies, because I forgot we needed, brick walls. So, with polished black stone brick wall, the second block away from the wall, at the end of the engine room, so the farthest point from the watertight door, this is the first block, and then one block to the left, place a single, black stone brick wall, and then go ahead and place one on the farthest end of the wall, and then, place one in between, place a wall in between these two. So this is the middle block here, so that's where you place it. But this is still like this, so the trapdoors are fine. Make sure to lace them with honeycomb, because otherwise, they'll oxidize. It's a little bit annoying, but that's just how you have to do this, so it stays proper. To be honest, you could put the tick speed to 0, but I'm just gonna do it like this. So, with your smooth stone now, go ahead and put the smooth stone all atop the walls, the blackstone walls. And then, go ahead and put stone brick slabs on top of it as well. And then, in the farthest end, close to the watertight door, go ahead and place another copper trap door. Do the same thing on the other side. And then I need to remember where these extra copper trapdoors were placed. So, okay, so was that the end block right here? Yeah, it was. Alright, so once you've got those forward ones in, the farthest back on this propeller, I forgot to mention this is the propeller shaft part. Go ahead and place copper trap doors on these back ends here. And then, in the middle, place 2 copper trap doors since it's an even number. So, like this, and at least for my case, make sure to lace it in honeycomb. But anyways, that's what the shaft should look like. Shaft. So, I need to remember where all the wiring is on this. My goodness. Alright, so these are what the wires are gonna look like. Let me see this. Okay, so on the most forward block here, you're gonna place an extra stone brick slab. And then, I can't remember which way these end rods were facing. Duh. My apologies. Okay, that should be fine. Alright, so I promise no more interruptions. End rod here, on top of that slab, 2 block gap, and then place another slab, 2 block gap, and another slab. Go ahead and place end rods on top of these. So these are supposed to be like wiring, so it can like rotate and stuff, I think. I don't know, I just designed it like this, I think it looks okay. So that should be the propeller shaft part of this engine room complete. And next, we will work on the turbines. So, back in a moment. Alright, I'm back. So, to begin on the turbines, come to the front of the engine room. At this point, the watertight door should be a well-enough sign to figure out what side that is. We want to place 5, okay, so from this right side of the wall here, this right bulkhead, this is the first block. 1 block in here, well, 2 blocks if you want to be like that. It should basically just be this middle block between these copper trap doors and this last block before the wall. So go ahead and fill this out 5 long, and then place some chiseled tough bricks on either end. This should connect up to the wall, but this should just be covered by the iron bars. So next, go ahead and place tough brick stairs on top of them like this. And then, go ahead and place polished deep slate walls on the inside of it here. So this is what this should look like. And then, we want to place chiseled copper here, and an end rod going into this area, I guess. This is supposed to be what this wire is, to connect up to the generator. I think these wires are also supposed to connect up to the generator. I really couldn't tell you, though. Just go with it, I guess. And then, place end rods like this, I believe. So, that's what this should look like. I'm trying to figure out if this looks better, though. I think this looks better. Anyways, even if that's incorrect, just do it like that. Then, go ahead and place levers, upside-down levers. So, flip them off. So, it looks like this. These are supposed to be wiring. Well, this is supposed to be wiring that goes down into the turbines. To power them of sorts, or something like that. So you can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chisel tough bricks, chisel tough bricks, tough brick stairs, tough brick stairs. polished deep slate wall, chiseled copper, end rod. Actually, you can go ahead and place end rod like this because it looks like it's attaching into the turbine. That's all optional though. You don't have to correct that. I just do because I think it looks better. Levers on top, and then end rods there. Yeah. So that's what your turbine should look like, if you've done it correctly. And I don't think it looks that bad. So next we're going to put in a little bit of detailing in the engine room. So back in a second. Alright, I'm back. So the detailing is literally just all going to be in this spot. Of course, it's going to be on that spot on the other side, but we're just going to work on one side for now. So on this end of the exposed bit of the chiseled tough block or whatever, go ahead and place a lever on, like an on lever, and then place an off lever right here. So just flip it down, and then place an end rod on it like this. So that's what it should look like. So next, I believe there should just be an end rod here between these two blocks. The second block of quartz, so the middle block there. And then there should be, go ahead and place, a grindstone. You might have to make 2 grindstones because the way this works is trying to attach to the grindstone. So it'll look something like that. Because you have an extra end rod there. But I don't think that looks so bad. So I'm gonna do all that on the other side. Lever facing up, lever facing down, end rod, end rod, end rod. 2 grindstones there, break the other one, and add an end rod there. So there is one last thing. Basically, get your coal hatch, or get your coal bunker opening here, in the engine room, and the quartz slab here, I have my cursor over it. The block above that, place a glue item frame with a clock in it. This is basically supposed to be a visual telegraph, so they know what speed to put the engines at, I guess. I don't really know how that works specifically, but the telegraphs we'll put in later are meant to directly correspond to these here. So whatever changes up there will change down here. Won't actually, but that's just how it's supposed to be. So I think that's the detailing in the engine room finished. There is actually one extra thing I want to do in the boiler room before we're finished for today. Because for part 1, we're just doing the boiler and engine room. I just thought this looked weird when I looked back at it, so I'm gonna replace these higher up mangrove stairs with smooth quartz stairs, so it should look like that. Anyways, so basically, I've put in like a telephone system into the Eppleton Hall. So, there's this like little telephone thing here. It should look something like this, but I'll go into more detail about how to do it. So, you really just need a grindstone, and rods, and lever. So, alright. I'm trying to find a good way to reference this. So, you see these 3 blocks of the hall here. This is facing forward. It's in the boiler room now. 2 blocks to the left of that, and 1 block up, we place a grindstone. And this is meant to be a telephone of sorts. So, let's see. Oak planks, because you're gonna want these in. You're just gonna want a few of these oak planks in so it makes it look better. Or, well, you kind of need it for this. You'll see why in a minute. So, go ahead and place a down-facing lever here. So, it's supposed to connect up to the wall there. And the weird way this is, okay, so it's 2 blocks of end rod, and then a lever. Okay, so, go back into the boiler room. So, on this top block of the wall, directly above the lever, place an end rod and place it again. And then place an upside down lever, and the lever part should be facing the end rod. So it looks like it's attached to the end rod. Now if I'm not mistaken, this specific spot will be brown concrete later on. So I'm just gonna replace that so it doesn't shatter the lever when I actually do that. But if you want to do that now, just replace this one singular block for now. You could probably just get rid of the other block too. This is just to show how it's supposed to look. Also, you might be wondering why this is brown concrete. I actually wonder how many of those 3 blocks are brown concrete. So yeah, it's just that one. Basically, this area, this is gonna be the floor of the bridge area, which is why it's brown concrete. You can't do everything for the ceiling. So you gotta accommodate some other floor a little bit to make it look better. But yeah, so that's what that telephone part should look like, and I think that's part 1 finished, because we have finished the boiler and engine room. I hope you followed along okay. I'm trying my best. I'm new to ship interior tutorials, so I hope you got through it decent. If you have any questions, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you want part 2. I hope to find you guys in the next part. But anyways, see you guys next time. Bye!